All right. So I did a YouTube short a while back and it's picking up some traction and it's starting to get a decent amount of comments. And I was just going through how I bought two properties with seller financing. And one of the questions that I got was, how does the seller make profit if the buyer is only paying the mortgage in a seller financing transaction? So there's two questions regarding that. How does the seller get paid if the buyer is only paying the mortgage alone? The seller is likely not going to sell the property on a monthly basis or on a seller financed basis just to pay the mortgage. So the mortgage of the seller is going to be lower than the new mortgage of the buyer. If you're going to seller finance a property and you have a mortgage on the property, if your mortgage is $300 per month and you sell it to somebody else via seller financing, probably on a land contract, if there's already an underlying mortgage in place, then your minimum payment of that land contract will likely be, I don't know, there's going to be a spread between that new land contract payment and also the underlying mortgage. So if that initial original underlying mortgage is about $300 per month, then I would think that the seller financing the land contract payment would be $450, $500, $600. So the seller would be making the spread between the land contract payment and his initial mortgage payment, or that original $300 per month amount. I would say that's probably the main way. And then I would say the other way would be in the event that there is no spread, in the event that the land contract payment is that $300 per month and the seller isn't making any money on the actual monthly payment, then I would guess that he sold it for a higher price and the payout would come later. So if the original mortgage is for $40,000 and the payment is $300 per month, if you sell it for $80,000, but agree to a monthly payment of $300, but a 2-year balloon, then at the end of that 2-year mark, when the balloon payment is paid, then you would make that, $40,000 difference. And there are a couple of reasons I could see that scenario being a viable strategy for both the buyer and the seller. So that's an example of how the seller would make money in the event that they have an underlying mortgage and also want to sell the property on a land contract. And I think one of the things that is important to remember when it comes to seller financing is lenders, when they get really big, it's easier for them to process things in kind of cookie cutter format. But if it is just you and the owner of the property, then there is no cookie cutter format. Any terms that you two agree to that are mutually beneficial, you guys can execute and see through. It's a really awesome tool as far as negotiation goes.
Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.